We're going to focus back on Te Rapa, and we're very kindly joined on the phone by Andrew Forsman, who has a nice team in combination with Murray Baker there this afternoon. Very good morning, Andrew. Before we get on to runners today, quick thinker in Aussie?
Yeah, we pulled him out. Obviously, the whole campaign was based around him getting some rain or genuine given the ground, which hasn't been the case, unfortunately. So he'll go back to Sydney and have a few weeks off and work toward racing in the spring.
Okay. Race number 2 at Te Rapa, you hold a good strong hand with 3 runners in. First, we have Mustang Valley here, who was a horse that actually stepped up really nicely into that second start. This was a good effort.
Yeah, it was a good, solid run. Obviously, we'd hope for better than a fourth, but I think there was a lot of merit in the race, and just with natural improvement off the back of that, she should be pretty competitive from a good draw today. Where does this horse posse up in this sort of race? Is it learning to really put itself in the mix early? Yeah, I guess that'll be the trick. She hasn't been the best out of the gates, so there'll be no real set instruction for Vinny. Just sort of, obviously, have her as handy as possible without, overdoing it, and hopefully she could sort of be midfield or ahead of that. But yeah, that'll all be down to her and how she begins.
The 10 in the book is Lalita. This won by Tumulus, a 2-year-old. Is there improvement out of that debut?
Yeah, she's shown ability, but I think there was just far too heavy on debut, so I don't know whether she improves. She gets a decent service, and that's what we've been taking her over for, is just waiting to get a fair line on her and a better track. So hopefully she can put her hand up, but got a tricky draw to contend with. Okay, 31, any value on a horse that you've seen behind the scenes? What was that, sorry?
$31, is there any value on what you've seen at home?
Look, it possibly is. I mean, it's a pretty wide open race, and perhaps Mustang Valley's a little bit under the odds. So yeah, I mean, she's capable enough. She's trialled well. It's just hard to know from that draw what sort of run she gets. Okay,
Potosi's also got an awkward type of draw. What can you tell us about the 2-year-old by Mongolian Khan?
Yeah, she's a nice filly, a little bit like Lolita, not probably natural 2-year-olds, physically a little bit immature still, but has shown ability at the trials, and again, just an awkward draw. I think hard to know how she'll sort of begin, but she might just find her way back in this field, and it'll just depend on how hard they go and what sort of run she gets.
We've just seen the trial on the synthetic, Andrew. How important has that been to have these 2-year-olds still going at this point in the season and bring them through?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, to still have 3 horses racing today, I think tells you a lot. We've had probably our 2-year-olds up a bit longer than they normally would have. They obviously 2-year-olds normally go sort of shin sore or feel their legs at some point in a preparation, but I think we've just got an extra month or 2 out of them, and it certainly has helped us nurse them along.
Okay, let's move you on to race number 3, where you have Anduin going to post here. Craig Grills will do the riding. Good effort at Hastings 2 starts ago. What did you make of Ellerslie?
He just had a little bit of a time between races. I thought he was a bit fresh going into it last Saturday at Ellerslie. He just got a bit hot before the start and probably raced accordingly. Did a little bit of work, got in a bit of a speed duel up front on a track that was probably too testing for him, but we wanted to find out obviously how he operated on that sort of ground, and probably just struggled in it, but I thought didn't throw the race away at the same time. So back left-handed up to 1400 on a better surface is definitely a more suitable race this time around.
We're just showing the replay of the race at Hastings, which indicates that you'll be up on speed, and the horse can show a very strong quick when it gets that right sort of run.
Yeah, I think it's a very suitable race for him. The only niggling doubt in our mind will be that whether he's just had enough for this preparation and might be coming to the end of it, but he does look well and he's worked well this week. Okay, into race number 5 here, and Crafty Jest goes to post, and Tegan Newman will pick up the ride. So we're getting down to 53.5. Which Crafty Jest turns up today? I think the Crafty Jest that wins at a mile at Te Rapa.
Thank you very much. So that's pretty much all we need to know. What's the price? I can hear the clicking of the mouses all around the country. What sort of price have we got? We've got $5.50. Well capable, as you mentioned, and going on the run 2 starts ago. She's probably at a bit of overs.
Yeah, big overs. I think she's a great each-way bet. She's good value. There's a lot that lines up for her today. I think the key is back to the mile. Forgive last start. 1400 just too sharp for her. She's a real miler and loves it at Te Rapa.
We do very much. Thank you for that, Andrew. Race number 8 on the program. She's Delicious is at $6.50. Has had the 3 runs in, and there's been a lot to like about the most recent couple.
Yeah, she's been racing well, just no luck. She's drawn awkwardly in a couple of races, got back and just left herself too much to do. We've been, she's always a filly that's shown a bit of ability right from her first start, and just taken a bit of time to get her head around things, and been waiting to get her up over a middle distance, and from a good draw, really looking forward to seeing what she does today.
We just see her running at Te Rapa on the slow 8 last time. So it's a nice book of runners. I actually don't think I need to ask you for your best bet of the team this afternoon. Are we just all over Crafty Jess?
Yeah, just get on.
How many left in the stable, Andrew, as we're coming to this point of the season? Are we just starting to filter a few horses back in to get ready for the spring?
Yeah, we've got a few of the early spring horses that have come back. They've been back about a week or two, but most of them are out at the moment. We're very quiet. It's sort of a pretty nice, quiet time of the year for us. We're just ticking over a few young ones coming through the system, and I think the bulk of them will come back probably into July and look forward to getting going a bit later this time around.
Okay, was there a little bit of buying done by the team to bring some fresh legs into the stable through the last sales series?
Yeah, we've got picked up a few throughout the year, not heaps, but that's not normally our sort of MO is to go and buy heaps at the sales, but we've acquired a few along the way, and I'm obviously always looking to pick up more, but I think we're down to a good manageable number, and really looking forward to some young untried stock going into next season.
Okay, thank you very much for your time as always, Andrew, and best of luck this afternoon.
No worries. Cheers, Sweens.